The following is a Hennessy Hendo production. It includes excerpts and material from my vast collection of books and general knowledge. My collection spans many centuries and millennia. I upload as I have time, but the sheer volume is just so immense. It would do the people of the world good to listen to some actual classics or educate themselves on all manner of topics from fictional books to philosophy. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel.
Plato's Republic is one of the most influential works of Western philosophy, exploring the nature of justice, the ideal state, and the role of individuals within society. It is written as a Socratic dialogue, primarily featuring Socrates as the main character, engaging with various interlocutors. The work is divided into 10 books, each addressing different aspects of its central themes. Synopsis. Books 1 and 2. Introduction and the Nature of Justice. The dialogue begins with Socrates engaging in a discussion about justice with several figures, including Cephalus, Polemarchus, and Thrasymachus. Cephalus defines justice as telling the truth and repaying debts. Socrates challenges this view by pointing out potential contradictions. Polemarchus argues that justice means helping friends and harming enemies, which Socrates critiques as too simplistic and potentially unjust. Thrasymachus claims that justice is the advantage of the stronger, implying that rulers make laws to serve their interests. Socrates refutes this by arguing that true rulers seek the good of their subjects, much like doctors serve the health of their patients. In Book 2, Glaucon and Adimantus, Plato's brothers, challenge Socrates to defend justice as desirable in itself and not merely for its consequences. Glaucon presents the famous thought experiment of the Ring of Gyges, questioning whether anyone would act justly if they could act with impunity. Books 3 and 4, The Ideal State. Socrates outlines his vision of a just society, focusing on the structure of the Kallipolis, ideal city-state. He proposes a three-class system. 1. Producers, farmers, artisans, and merchants who provide for the city's material needs. 2. Auxiliaries, warriors, who defend the city and enforce laws. 3. Guardians, philosopher kings, who govern wisely, having the greatest knowledge of justice and the good. Justice in the state arises when each class performs its designated role without interfering with others. Similarly, justice in the individual is achieved when the rational, spirited, and appetitive parts of the soul harmonize under the leadership of reason. Chet. Books 5 through 7. The Role of Philosophy and Education. Plato discusses radical ideas including the abolition of the traditional family structure for the guardian class, arguing for communal child-rearing and equality between men and women. The allegory of the cave, one of the most famous metaphors in philosophy, illustrating the philosopher's journey from ignorance to enlightenment. It describes prisoners in a cave mistaking shadows for reality, symbolizing humanity's ignorance. The philosopher escapes, perceives the true forms, and returns to help others achieve knowledge. The theory of forms, where Plato distinguishes between the changing physical world and the eternal, unchanging world of forms or ideas. The form of the good is the highest, providing the ultimate standard for truth and justice. Education is central to cultivating philosopher kings. The ideal education develops physical, moral, and intellectual virtues, progressing through mathematics, dialectics, and contemplation of the good. N. Books 8 and 9. Degeneration of States and Souls. Plato describes the decline of political regimes from the ideal aristocracy, ruled by the best, to less desirable forms. 1. Timocracy, ruled by honor-loving warriors. Rule. 2. Oligarchy, ruled by the wealthy, emphasizing wealth over virtue. 3. Democracy, rule by the masses, leading to excessive freedom and disorder. 4. Tyranny, rule by a single despot arising from the chaos of democracy. Each regime corresponds to a degeneration in the soul, with tyranny representing the dominance of base desires over reason. Book 10. Art, Immortality, and the Afterlife. Plato critiques imitative art, poetry and drama, for appealing to emotions rather than reason, arguing it distracts people from truth. The dialogue concludes with the myth of Air, a story about a soldier who glimpses the afterlife. It illustrates the soul's immortality and the moral imperative to live justly, as souls are judged and reincarnated based on their choices. Themes and significance. 1. Justice. Central to the dialogue, justice is explored both in the individual and the state as harmony and proper order. 2. Philosophy and rulership. Plato argues that only those who pursue wisdom and knowledge are fit to govern. 3. Education. Education is essential for cultivating virtuous rulers and citizens. 4. Human nature. Plato's tripartite theory of the soul examines the complexity of human desires and rationality. 5. Idealism. The Republic envisions an ideal society, challenging readers to reflect on the flaws of their own systems. The Republic remains a foundational text in political philosophy, ethics, and epistemology, influencing countless thinkers and debates throughout history. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Become a literary master like Hendo.
Thank you for watching. Share the video. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. Check out other series including 10-minute synopses or complete audiobooks on Hennessy Hendo on YouTube. Literally check out my library. Become a literary master like Hendo. Share the wealth. Spread the good word.